This week on the Weekly Wrap-Up, we talk about Paris Games Week, because holy crap, we got a ton of awesome PlayStation VR announcements, and we talk about, I don't know, Halloween maybe? We'll see.
Maybe.
This is the Weekly Wrap-Up. This is the Midnight GamesCast, where we record every Tuesday afternoon at midnight. We bring it to YouTube every Wednesday as the Weekly Wrap-Up. That's this right here. You found us. Don't go anywhere.
Please don't.
Unless you have somewhere else to be, because we're just going to waste about a half an hour of your time.
But you can pause and come back.
Or you can just skip whatever the thing is you have to do and stick with us. Because we're way cooler and also a little bit awkward.
Yes.
Every Wednesday. Nope. Every Thursday as PlayStation VR
Theater.
Thank you. And every Friday as viewer takeover when we let you, the loyal game cats.
Random cat?
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know.
You've got a huge stockpile, right?
I've got a stockpile of cats.
Yes.
We'll let you, the loyal game cats, take over the show, but that's a few days from now. Sit tight. It'll be a little while.
Yeah.
As always, I'm Brian Paul, and to my right, your left, the king of all VR kings, Jeremy better have played Rush of Blood King.
Hey,
I guess we'll find out soon.
I guess we're gonna find out. I'm
a little nervous.
Not looking forward.
I'm a little nervous.
To should or shouldn't we? Wow.
God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's coming up fast.
I feel like we should turn this into a drinking game.
God will not
But
damn
none of
things
us
for you.
Well, he drinks.
Every time one of us we talk about non-VR stuff, you guys are gonna get shit-faced.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And to my left, you are right, the one, the only, Michelle Baracchione.
Yay, not on the table, please.
Oh, I know, right? I wanted to do the drum roll.
Oh god, it's so loud listening to this thing when I edit. Like I got headphones on, it's like. Dum, dum,
I didn't wear my chimey earrings today.
No, you didn't. They're
For you?
feathery.
They're feathery.
Wow, you look like Indian corn.
Native American
Dude,
corn.
okay, so
Here we go.
really, I went to CVS today, and I went to go look for damn it! I went to go look for some candy corn, and it said Indian corn.
Yeah.
Really strange.
That's all.
Right?
Yeah, end of story.
No,
Indian corn,
it's
not
the
candy
end
corn.
of the story. Listen, on my AMA on the litter box, I discussed some of my favorite and least favorite Halloween candy.
Yeah.
And in that discussion with myself came candy corn.
Candy corn.
Oh.
Now, what are your thoughts on candy corn?
I like to bite the white tip off and then try the orange portion.
I'm only laughing because that's exactly what I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But here's my issue. I do like candy corn.
I'm good for like a couple of them.
Couple bites.
I eat
And then
like 10 of them, and then my teeth hurt. My
Even that's
excuse
a
me,
lot.
sore throat.
Like
it
literally
must
just
be
a couple.
riddled with gelatin or something in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
And then what about the little?
byproducts.
Because the pumpkin ones feel like they're a little different than
They are
the
different.
regular
Wow.
ones.
Yeah.
And those are better, I think.
They are a little
because of the shape. It's like they've got more
Yeah.
yeah.
They've got more oomph to them.
girth. It's like
I was
that.
trying to.
They're
Yeah.
quite girthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Girth.
One more time.
Girth.
Okay, there you go.
Um,
And you're shit-faced already.
perfect.
Yes.
No,
totally.
Wait, but my issue with the candy corns
Yep.
is, did you see the ones that have like the brown bottoms?
Yes.
What the fuck is up with
Those
that?
are like
I don't eat
Thanksgiving
those.
Day corns, I feel.
It's like
Yeah, you're right.
Indian
You know,
corn.
yeah.
Damn it.
Maybe was the one you saw today brown or
Yeah.
Oh, now that you mention it, yeah.
okay. So maybe
So
there
maybe
is a
it's
difference.
But that was the
I
only.
hate Indian corn.
That was also the
Yeah.
only one that was there too. I was like, "Where's the?"
Really?
Well, Halloween's over, man.
Yeah, it's over. It's
Right?
today.
It's already time to start celebrating
It's
Thanksgiving.
not over yet.
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be over
For
when
them.
they see this.
Yeah. Aw.
So,
So Halloween for us today.
all right, guys,
Yes.
let's blast. Let's actually talk about some video games today.
Hey, how many minutes? Somebody will tell us. I'm
Somebody
sure.
will.
Oh, somebody will.
8
tell us.
goddamn minutes.
Yeah.
It took them 8 goddamn minutes.
Fuck
Stop talking
this
about-
channel.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry,
the
which
fuck.
one's your volume? I gotta tune you down.
Thank you. Yeah. Now, the voice of the angry internet is
No.
it must be loud.
You said this is a VR channel, not a corn channel.
Yeah.
Or Indian
Listen,
channel.
Indian
Listen,
corn.
if you don't know by now, the Midnight Games Cast is about us hanging out, talking about video games occasionally, but mostly it's a chance for us to hang out and talk about whatever we feel like
Yeah.
on camera.
Kind of like whale watching. You hope to see the whale, you know, and when you do, you're like, hey, there they go.
Did you just come up with this analogy, or is this always how you think of the show?
That just came up.
All right.
That's here to stay.
But if you do happen to like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like our videos, because it's the only way we know if you like anything.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So let's see. This last week, this last week,
Yep.
we got a bunch of games. We got Fishing Master, which was surprisingly good.
You did it again.
I'm reading it off the paper.
Stunt Kite Master.
Stunt Kite Masters.
Which we won't go into detail just yet.
No, it was it's a $10 game. It was oh my god, it should have been a $4 game. And then Hangar 37 Infinite Mini Golf free DLC. That's free, which makes it.
I downloaded that this morning.
Awesome. That game's $15, and they just keep throwing more content at us.
Yep.
It is legit the best deal going.
That one looks cool though.
Hangar 37?
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Sci-fi themed mini golf.
I did like Tortuga.
Tortuga's good too. Yeah.
Tortuga.
Yeah, all sorts of good stuff on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
For the price, absolutely.
But this week was even better, and here's the reason why. Because it's Halloween week, and Sony obviously knew that, and they seemed to pull back the release of Dead Hungry, where you work on a food truck and you make burgers.
Oh my god, so stressful.
Zombie.
Holy shit. I was like, oh, I'm gonna download this, but let me watch Brian's review first, and then I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I don't want to play this.
Yeah,
You know,
I already work in a restaurant.
I didn't
don't want
watch
that.
the
I don't
Dead
want that
Hungry review.
feeling.
yeah, it's a very what's that?
I didn't watch the Dead Hungry, but I did watch the live
Watch my
video.
stifled stream?
Via Stunt Kite.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good time with that.
Yeah.
It's my 60 seconds.
Hey, all right. Wow. Moving on.
She's like, my 60 seconds is talking about Brian's Let's Play of Stunt Kite Masters.
No, I played it.
Okay. It's like, I feel like I should pay you back for that.
I feel like you should too.
It's not happening. You did not
$10,
ask my opinion
please.
first. No, I don't think so.
$10.
Well, I noticed you didn't have a review, so I downloaded it and played it, and then
But did you notice I had a live stream?
was
then
a live
after
stream.
downloading and playing on the way here, I listened to the live stream.
You played it on the way here.
How did you do?
On the way-
driving
on
VR
On the
with
way
TV.
here, I listened to the live stream. I feel like you missed that.
You can multitask,
There's
Fuck
no
yeah, I
gun.
can.
and you can grow a baby.
There's no gun. It was a lighter.
It was.
I know.
I think that's
I'm aware.
okay.
I
But
think
I
that's
wasn't
gonna
the
be a
only
thing.
one. I wasn't the only one who thought
Okay.
that.
But this week was so much better on the PlayStation Store, and here's why, kids. Because
Back
PlayStation
to it.
is celebrating Halloween with two pretty great scary games. And Dead Hungry is not a scary game, but it does have zombies, and I will say, just like you said, it's stressful as all hell. It's the first game like this on PlayStation VR, so there is something very interesting about how it all works mechanically.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly like, if you're using the move controllers, you're just like moving nonstop and like doing everything.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, it's like you have to just keep moving or you're
Yeah.
dead. Like
Sodas, burgers, French fries,
pizzas.
constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, pizza in the oven.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I forgot about that
pizza.
And
one.
eventually you get a second pizza oven.
Yeah.
And so
There's a second pizza oven?
Well, you
There's
can-
no time for a second pizza oven.
Oh no, there's only time for a second pizza oven.
Really?
Because what you do is after when food's done, you just take it out and throw it onto the counter, and then use it when you have time. Because you stockpile everything. Because otherwise the zombies will show up and you have no food, and you're like, fuck. Super stressful. If you work in any kind of like in retail or any kind of service industry, don't play this. It's super
Yeah.
stressful, but otherwise you might really enjoy it if you like these kind of like what are the other games? Overcooked and Diner Dash, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Diner
That
Dash.
type
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are all the same type of game where it's all time management and like
Yeah.
as fast as you can.
Oh, and then the music makes it even more stressful.
It's
like
like
this
death metal.
screamo music or whatever it is,
Yeah.
death metal.
Screamo,
Yeah.
that probably- Oh man, so that's that. But Stifled, I played for an hour last night on the live stream. Go check that out. As long as you don't mind something being spoiled for you, it's a scary game, and I will say that in VR, this is a very scary game. It
Nice.
uses echolocation, and so it uses the microphone in
Oh,
the
right, I
headset
remember
itself.
Yep.
So you're just walking around, it's totally black, and you go hello, and then like you actually see the sound wave ripple out from
Yeah.
where you are, like echolocation, bats, that kind of thing, and it's just really cool because then there's enemies around,
Yeah.
and then you hear the enemies, and like a red ripple will come out from them, and you're like, fuck, let's stay away from the red stuff.
Yeah.
It's really scary. There's a little bit of puzzle mechanics worked in. I got lost quite a bit because of, obviously if you're just looking at basically vector drawings, it's very easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And you
but-
have to stay quiet as you're playing too, right? You're like sneaking around.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
stay quiet as if you
So
don't want
don't
the enemies
sneeze.
to hear you. And there, this is all an option as well. Like you can turn off the microphone,
Oh, you
and
can do that?
and then you can just tap a button to make
Oh,
noise.
all right.
So like if you do have like
That takes
kids or
away from
something,
it.
Yeah, but like not every
suspense of it,
situation,
yeah.
right? Like people have wives and kids and dogs and cats and stuff,
Right.
and all these things can make
Dog
noise.
starts barking. Like,
then they're
God
like,
damn it!
"Hello!"
They caught me
Yeah.
again.
Hello.
The last thing you want to do is have
Dog's
something like
what?
that ruin your
What?
experience.
Yeah.
So there is an option, but I
Or the
think that,
dog bark and give away your position, and you're fucked.
exactly. So yeah, so there's an option, and that's
Cool.
pretty
And
great.
that's
Sweet.
that.
Did you review it?
Stifled. No, I'm only an hour in,
Okay.
so and that entire hour is up on the channel. For the
Okay.
I did a midnight live stream last night. Had
okay.
a lot of fun, and a lot of awesome people tuned in for that.
How much did we? What is that?
$20.
Cost? 20. What did
Yep.
we guess for that? 40.
Probably more.
Really
Probably.
need a chart like right here.
Oh, we do.
And I don't. Yeah, no. And I don't know how long the game is, but
Yeah.
right now, as far as I'm concerned, if it's even just a couple more hours, it was worth the $20.
Sweet.
So that is that. What do you think, Michelle?
I think we should begin this episode.
And how
That's
is
what I
that?
think. We're gonna begin this episode the way we begin every episode, with a little game of should we or shouldn't we, where we put 60 seconds up at the clock up on the counter, the way that the GamesCast like it. Someone needs to put you out of your misery.
Terrifying. It's a Halloween kitty.
It's a Halloween
Wants
kitty.
your candy. Yeah.
And we have 60 seconds to tell you what we have been playing or watching, and whether you should also be playing or watching.
Who'd like to go first?
Jeremy, would you like to go first?
Yes. Of course I would.
Look at the confidence in that.
Yes.
That's fan-freaking-tastic.
I don't like his confidence.
I don't.
It always scares me. He's like, I got something to talk about, and you're not gonna like it.
I gotta go to 28
I don't
seconds
like
worth
what I
of
have to talk
confidence.
about, so you go first. On your mark, get set, and go.
So to answer your question earlier, did I play Rush of Blood? Answer is yes. I did. And I gotta tell you, I can see why it was on my top 10.
Jeremy, god damn it.
No, but really, honestly, it's funny how a game that
really
came
hot.
out so long back in the VR, lifespan, has a lot of things so right. I mean, you got that feeling of movement. The controls are spot on.
Yeah.
Because doing the demo with the fucking regular controller and having it, like this, it just didn't give you that immersion. Now having it broken up into two, where you can aim and shoot and aim off in different directions, it really is spot on.
Scare factor?
Scare factor, I can't say it's terrifying. I mean, it's, gave me a jump or two here and there, but I can't say that it was as scary as, Resident Evil.
I feel like you get scared easily, too, so.
I do get scared easily.
And
Although it was daytime.
Daytime, I don't think makes a difference because you're.
But you're in
all-
VR.
Locked in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say,
Locked and loaded.
did you play all the levels or just a few?
I don't know how many, but not all of them yet.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Did you? No spoilers. I don't think it's been a year. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get to the mannequin part?
There's mannequins. Yes.
Because spoilers for the next 20 seconds. You get to a part where you go into this room.
Yeah.
And of course, you have no control over how fast the cart's moving.
Yeah.
Right. So you go into this room, and suddenly you're going really, really slow. And there's these mannequins, right? Like a few of them. And like you look over, and then like you look to your right, and suddenly there's one just like standing right there next to you. And you're like, where the hell did that come from? Was he standing there the whole time?
Yeah.
And then you look away, and there's like another one. You're like, geez, and they start like crowding you, and you're like, can this cart move any faster, please? And
I don't know if I got there yet, because
It's like
there's
the
definitely
Doctor Who
mannequins that
don't
appear.
blink
Maybe it's
thing.
coming up.
And for me, it was just too much. I was like, come on. I'm like literally yelling out loud. I'm like, can this thing move
Yeah.
any faster? I
And your
loved
brain
it.
I don't
on the
wanna
leaderboards
stay in
with
this
the
room.
shooting and reloading. You're like thinking, you're like, what the? Oh yeah, and
And
it's
there,
like
there weren't even any enemies. So like you're like making sure your guns are reloaded
Yeah, yeah.
constantly. You're like, when's something gonna jump out?
it's like you're all set when they're not there. You're like shoot, reload,
Right.
and then you have plenty of bullets if you need to. But then when they're there, you forget and you don't reload, and you're like, ah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, very good though.
Rush of Blood, perfect Halloween game.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely in my top 10 list.
Good, because it's in all of our top 10.
Right.
There's only one. Everybody seemed to love it.
Yeah.
All right.
You did.
Who's up next?
Michelle,
Jesus. I guess I'll go.
Jesus.
On your mark.
On my mark.
Right, this is a
I'm
mess.
just letting you get there.
On your mark. Get set and go.
Boom.
So I played Stunt Kite Masters. I wanted to make sure that was properly said on the
Yes.
Brian's. It was $9.99, and I thought it was going to be extremely lame at first. Turns out it's still pretty lame.
Hey,
It
spot
was,
on.
yeah, no, it really was, and I kind of knew what I was getting into, but I was like, all right, I'll try it because it's cheap, whatever. Got the Dual Shocks. It says, it says you can use the DualShock, but I use the Move controllers because that obviously makes more sense.
Yep.
You're controlling the kite with 2 strings, and you're going like this, moving it around. So, on the way here, I did listen to your Let's Play or whatever it was, and you said it was a lot like Snake. It was exactly like Snake in every way.
In all fairness, it is called Kite Snake. Or Snake Kite or something
there's
like
snakes
that.
in there.
It's actually, the word is in there somewhere.
I feel. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
How did they get the rights for that one?
Right.
But that was the most fun out of it all. The city was stupid, and I hated it. And then the mountains,
okay.
which was like, yeah, exactly.
The beach was definitely the most fun to play on.
Yeah. You nailed it when you said there should definitely be other people around
Yeah.
doing things. I mean, it was very lonely.
Yeah.
So it should have been cheaper. It was okay.
It should have been part of, as I think we said on the stream, it should have been part of Perfect, which is a vacation simulator, some crap where you just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
It would be nice to sit around and do nothing in all those perfect environments with a kite.
Yeah.
That seemed like a better way to spend your
They
time.
could throw it in Rec Room and everyone hanging out flying kites together.
There you go.
They could.
Crashing
Don't hit
each
somebody
other.
else's kite, you know.
On purpose,
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Or even better, Dead or Alive beach volleyball, which has
Oh,
all
that
these
was the
sexy
best
anime
comment.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I could get down with.
Be like, hang out with a bunch of hot chicks in bikinis
Fly kites.
and fly kites.
And fly kites.
I'm like, now this game sounds infinitely better than the one we got.
All of a sudden, I'd pay 15. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we? Probably
Yeah.
not.
Like if it's on sale for like $2 at some point.
If it's on sale, definitely buy it.
Because I get about $2
Just to try
worth
it.
of enjoyment out of that.
Really?
Yeah. When I was I think
It
the stream
was
was like,
fun for like a second.
when I finished the stream after 20 minutes, I was like, I've gotten all the fun out of this game that I'm going to get.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm never going back now.
Pretty much.
Brian, give me $10.
All right. In that case, I'm going to talk about. I don't know.
On your
my
mark.
mark, get set, and
Boom.
go. Yeah, we talked about Dead Hungry enough. We'll talk a little bit more about
did.
Stifled.
Go for it.
So Stifled, the interesting thing about Stifled is that when you start off and interspersed throughout the games, what I've seen so far, it's not just the black and white lines and stuff. There's also points. I guess you're supposed to be blind, right?
Okay.
And there are moments where it seems it's a fully rendered game where you walk around an actual house and like you can pick up things and look at them and read messages and sort of get the background information that this game is trying to give you about like this character's life and his plight and all these different things, and relationship with your wife. And I think there's a kid involved, and it seems like things really went horribly wrong at some point. There's an upside down car. And so it's really nice to have like this the disparity between the black and white segments in the full colored rendered sections, because you really start to feel like, oh, I am getting a glimpse into this person's past.
It's giving you more of a story.
But like in the most natural way possible.
Okay.
All right, I like I'm gonna say that Stifled is a definite should we, and I haven't even finished it yet. So
Cool.
That's it. We've already talked about enough about Stifled now.
Nice.
No reason to continue on. Guys, this week, Paris Games Week.
Yep.
We knew that Sony was having a press conference, and only days ago they revealed that they were going to like showcase like 7 or 8 new games or something like that, or 8 new announcements. But they kept saying 8 new PlayStation 4 and VR announcements. And it was like, okay, so what's that, like 3 PlayStation VR and 5 PS4 games? It turned out to be way more than that. It turned out that they gave us a ton of updates on games we either never heard of or only heard the name of or saw just on the PlayStation blog in that 60 game listing.
Yeah.
And so I want to run through real quick all the highlights.
Go for it.
Cool.
All right, and I did a breaking news report about this. So if you just want to watch a 3-minute video that covers all of this, then fantastic.
Perfect.
They already tuned us out and are watching it now.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Nobody's
Right?
watching.
Right. So Paris Games Week, we saw Megalith was the first one. They're calling it a hero arena shooter, which brings to mind things like Overwatch, right? Which is fine, but you play as like these big titans and stuff, and you're supposed to fight to become a god. Bout of Blood is airship combat. I'm wondering how airship combat this is going to be. It looks like it could be like the Starblood of, which was another one of your favorites on the top 10 list.
Loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Bout of Blood is just airships, airship combat. I don't know. Moss apparently got delayed. I didn't actually realize that Moss had a release date. But apparently it got delayed to February 18th, and it is now available for pre-order. $30.
I saw that yesterday.
They showcased the combat a little bit. In the brief showing they gave us.
I think the game looks fantastic.
Moss always looked good. Every time we saw it. Yeah.
Everyone's excited for that one for sure. And $30 seems like the proper price point. Seems like highly polished. I don't know how long the game's going to be, but
it looks a little in depth.
Yeah.
Puzzle solving, action, fighting. I love it. In the leaf thing on the arm. We all Star Child was a strange one because they didn't give us any new information, no new gameplay footage. It was a cinematic trailer. They showed us way more about this game the first time they revealed it. I think back in E3. Yep. Ultra Wings, they showed us the same trailer yet again that we've been seeing, but it was nice to see it confirmed in like a full Sony capacity.
It is actually coming soon. Yeah.
Right? Like we heard from the developers on Facebook and on Twitter that, hey, PlayStation VR gamers, we got great news coming. Stay tuned directly after E3. E3 came and went, nothing. Here we are months later.
Like, we're still in tune. What happened?
Exactly. So it's really nice to know that we're getting that, and hopefully coming soon, as it said in the trailer. League of War, which we talked about on PlayStation VR Theater, suddenly looks really good. I think we were all a little disappointed with what it offered in the trailer.
Yeah.
But what they showcased in this new trailer was multiplayer, and that's a second person on your couch using the social screen in a DualShock 4 to play against the person in VR. And I was like, that's fantastic. We don't have enough of that. Sprint Vector is from Servios, who made Raw Data, and it is basically rollerblading, futuristic, climbing, racing, jumping, move controlled.
How do you rollerblade?
Yeah.
Move controlled.
Maybe skiing.
Move controlled rollerblading. So this is highly competitive. They talked about the comfort settings and about how like no one's going to get sick.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are going to get sick. We're going to make Dez as sick as possible. I can't wait.
You can't wait.
But because it looks like, remember, what was it, To the Top? We watched that on PlayStation VR Theater.
Yep.
This looks like it's going to come out before To the Top, but be very similar. Not quite as parkour, but still very intense. Yep. In Vector, a little disappointing on this one. If you're a fan of amplitude or frequency, this has everything you want, but it looks pretty straightforward. For me in VR, Thumper already does the trick, and you get the horror vibe. This looks a little too bare bones.
Thumper does do the trick,
but also Thumper doesn't do much in the way of multiplayer, right? There's no multiplayer.
I don't.
In this has 4-player multiplayer.
So. Okay.
So that at least it has something. Monster of the Deep, we got a little more gameplay footage of, which is the Final Fantasy fishing game, November 21st. It showed a lot of character customization. You can dress up as a chocobo, which is, come on, why wouldn't you want to do that? Blood and Truth is from London Studios. This is like I want to call it the Getaway, because that's what they made before the London Heist.
Yeah.
But it's the London Heist, but made into Getaway. A full game. Right. We're very excited for that. Apex Construct. Apex Construct is futuristic, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic. You have a bow and arrow. Looks like the Horizon world. What's that? Yeah.
So winning.
Fantastic. And then they also mentioned a few things like Smash Hit Plunder, Eden Tomorrow. They very briefly mentioned Transference, but we'll talk about some of these games tomorrow on Theater.
Theater?
Yeah. And the one other... The big news that kind of got covered up by these bigger announcements was the new Farpoint DLC. The new Farpoint DLC is going to be epic. This is for the first time in Farpoint, we're going to have player versus player, 1v1. And so you get these battle arenas, and I thought 1v1 sounded disappointing at first, but it turns out that there's going to be spawn points around the map, and you can go and spawn basically AI bots that'll fight for you, right? So suddenly you're creating armies to battle it out, and so you've got these AI controlled opponents, and you've got your enemy in his AI controlled opponents, and I think it's going to be pretty epic.
I already love it.
I'm a big fan already.
Nice.
I wish it was more than 1v1, but it sounds like they've done a lot.
I got to go back and practice more.
And it's a shit ton of unlockable
We got to get
weapons.
past that one spider.
Oh my god, you guys are
So
on
do
level
you.
1.
We both do.
It's just because we stopped playing.
There were only 5
That's the
weapons
only
in the
reason.
original
It's the only
game,
reason,
and now there are 15 unlockable weapons for the DLC, which is out of control. These guys, Impulse Gear, have been spending so much time supporting this game. Amazing. That's a definite should be.
Nice.
Sweet.
And then the bad news, unfortunately, I hate to end on a bad note,
news.
is that CCP is shutting their VR studios, which is really sad. Obviously, CCP made Valkyrie and Spark into those you would consider 2 pretty successful PlayStation VR games.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah, that's surprising.
Very.
The unsurprising part about it is that it seems like CCP is like really focused on like quality and like polished products,
Right.
And I feel like that maybe they invested a little too much money into these games,
Yeah.
and didn't realize like that the return wouldn't be that great. That's why we're seeing a lot of these smaller games be very successful, because you can launch them at a lower price point, and you can reach 2 million people that half of them might buy your game.
Right.
When Valkyrie launched, it was $60. When Spark launched, it was $30, and both of those are pretty high prices for what you're getting.
Yeah.
But our hearts go out to everybody
Okay.
who lost their job at CCP. Hopefully you bounce back very quickly. Hopefully you find new jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that they said that CCP was trying to find positions for all of the people in different departments, and I hope that happens. We hate to hear anyone losing their job. And honestly, the thing that affects us specifically for the PSVR gamers is that Spark never came to the PC. It was meant
Yeah.
to at some point next year. And anytime something like that happens, the cross-play component, so being able to play on PlayStation VR against Vive players, against Oculus players,
Yeah.
that bolsters the community.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Absolutely.
everyone's playing together, and as we saw in Rec Room, it works really perfectly. Obviously, the Rec Room's got a few bugs to work out, but overall,
But it's also free.
you couldn't tell who you were playing against. I had to ask people. I'm like, "Are you on the Vive or are you on the Oculus?" And everything was just
Yeah.
so smooth and fluid,
Yeah.
and playing against other people worked so perfectly. So that would have been awesome for Spark.
I'm
so
surprised
it's
they
a
don't
really
have your
shame.
characters wearing the different headsets that you're playing with.
Yeah,
yeah.
That would be neat.
it
Yeah.
would be neat, but also at the same time, you don't want to create that divide.
Also true, yeah.
Yeah.
Gangs start forming in
Yeah.
Rec Room.
Oh, I would totally start a PlayStation VR game
Right?
Yeah.
without Parole gang.
Yeah.
Sweet, sign me up.
Oh,
All right, you guys. I think
they're
that
already working on it for us now.
Yes.
I think that pretty much covers all the news of the week.
Wraps up the wrap up.
I don't know if
It's
I'm
all
a fan
wrapped
of this slogan.
up.
It's what it does, though.
It is. Yeah,
It
it's
is what
true.
it is.
It's all wrapped up.
It's all wrapped up.
Wrapped up.
Ship it.
As always,
I'm Brian. That's Jeremy. This is Michelle. We'll see you tomorrow for PlayStation VR Theater. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you all. Take all week off from work. Oh, I did it anyway.
did I tell you I got pulled over on Saturday?
No.
Got pulled over on Saturday, driving home from work.
Was the cop like, "Are you drunk?"
No.
Look, as a matter
No,
of
but I
fact, sir,
feel
I
fantastic.
am.
You know what? I saw the lights and I'm like, yes, I'm not drunk.
For the first time ever.
Right? No,
Um,
I was like, I'm 6 months pregnant and I have to pee so bad.
was that what you said?
Yeah, because it was true. And
Wait, so you got pulled over?
I got pulled over on Saturday.
For speeding?
Yeah. For speeding.
Yeah.
Yes. 51 and a 30.
Well, let's be fair. She lives like 3 hours away.
Yeah, and she's
40
pregnant.
minutes.
She had to pee.
3
I
hours.
had to pee so bad.
What did he say?
He gave me a warning. A
Yeah.
written warning, unfortunately.
Did he let you go quickly?
Yeah.
Was he
did
like,
he-
okay, get on your way?
I'll
He
open the
laughed when I
store.
said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he laughed when I said,
Pee
I'm
behind
sorry.
this door.
I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. No, actually, I think I literally said I have to pee. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, he was actually really cool. It
Yeah.
was fine. It was just.
See, like, you
it
gotta
just
pee,
sucked.
okay.
And for the record, I don't
Pee
think
on
I
my
was. I
chest.
don't think I was doing. I'm pretty sure I was
No,
doing
I'm not
40,
into that.
45,
every
not
week,
51.
Like, somebody commented. They say every week it's like the sex show.
Apparently, yeah.
It's all your fault.
You know?
Is this the first time we've brought up water sports on the?
Yeah, I think it probably is, yeah. Not into it.
I'm gonna guess. It's not the first time.